Doing, bro?
Not much, not much. What can I do for you?
Well, like I was telling you in Discord DMs, I was telling you that I was a little lost, and like I've been trying to do this for like 2 weeks, and I've been trying to get a deal on a contract. But the thing about it is that I've been contacting agents and stuff like that on Redfin, and
Hmm.
it's just mostly the same thing of them saying they're not willing to do seller financing, or they would do seller financing, but it would be like a high interest rate and like 20% down. And we know we can't do 20% down because that would basically be like, no, like it'll basically not need us for the because the investor could do it themselves.
Correct.
So that's more of like where I'm at now. And I'm kind of confused like where to do now because there's mostly of the same thing I've been constantly getting.
Okay. All right. So you've heard my trainings and you've seen some of my content before, right?
Yes, correct.
Okay. The only reason why I ask that is because sometimes the way that I talk, people think that I'm being like mean. I'm not being mean, I'm just being direct.
Okay.
So here's my direct answer.
Yeah.
Gauging your ability to be successful at wholesaling
Hmm.
after only 2 weeks is ridiculous.
Okay.
For example, let me ask you a
Hmm.
question. Again, you've seen my content, you've seen my trainings, right?
Yeah.
Do you think I'm good at wholesaling?
Yeah.
It took me 9 months to get my first deal. Do you want to know what I got for my assignment fee on my first deal?
I don't know. You might tell me.
$720.
Okay.
My point is that you can't gauge yourself against people who have been doing this for I've been doing this for damn near a decade. That's a long time, dude. You've been doing it for 2 weeks. It's going to take you time to build up momentum, to get into a flow, to get your process and your spiel down to where you're converting these leads into actual deals. Here's the second thing.
Hmm.
When you're dealing with on market and when you're dealing with creative marketing or creative financing, and you're trying to market to these investors and to these real estate agents, you're going to get told no 95% of the time.
Okay.
While creative financing is mainstream to us because we're in the wholesale space, to the rest of the world, creative financing, it's catching on, but it's nowhere near mainstream. So a lot of these real estate agents, they don't even know what you're talking about. And because they don't understand it, they don't like it. Because they don't like it, they're going to say no. So, with all the things that you have stacked against you, as far as creative financing for on market properties, the formula, even my formula for being successful with Deal Sniper, it's 20 offers a week. And I'm sorry, 20 offers a day. That'll get you 100 offers a week. Out of those 100 offers, you're only going to get a positive response from real estate agent 5 to 6 times out of
Hmm.
100. That means 94 times somebody's going to tell you no. But those 5 to 6 times that they respond positively, that's when you can work a deal probably out of 2 to 3 of those. But 2 to 3 a week if you're being consistent.
Hmm.
Even if you're doing a $5,000 assignment fee per deal and you're getting a minimum of two a week, shit, even if it's one a week at $5,000 a pop, once your pipeline starts to produce assignment contracts and assignment checks, you're looking at $20,000 a month. That's just doing one, but you are going to be told no 95% of the time. So that's one of those things that just comes with the territory if you're going to go this route.
Okay.
You can't let that discourage you.
All right. Well, I've been trying to like step back and see what I'm doing wrong. So I've been trying to like use more of like the key words and trying to go where like not where like I just fit in and just see like where like I'm actually needed in a sense. Well,
How
not
do
as
you
well. I'm trying to
how
pivot to
how do you mean?
like you know how like Redfin has like the keywords. I've been using more of the keywords like seller financing,
Mhm.
owner, like just I looked up a little words that it could key for in ChatGPT, So
Okay.
that's where I'm trying to pivot at now.
Then that's great. That's great to go that route. However, you're putting yourself kind of behind the eight ball. What that means is you're kind of putting yourself in a bad spot. Here's why. When you're doing a keyword search on Zillow, Redfin, Batch Leads, PropStream, PropWire, whatever, it doesn't matter. When you're dealing with on market, any real estate agent that's saying, hey, we're okay with seller financing, let me tell you what they're assuming. They're assuming that an end buyer is going to buy the property and live in it. Therefore, they're already expecting 20% down and damn near a ridiculous interest rate because they think that the person who's going to buy it is the end buyer. Your issue, and anyone who goes that route of searching keywords on Redfin or Zillow or whatever, when you're engaging with those people, they understand creative financing, but what they think is going to happen, which is an end buyer living in it and paying them the interest rate and the down payment, doesn't work for us. Those parameters do not work for our investors. So your job would be to explain to them, hey, I get what you're trying to do, but my people who want to buy this deal, they're looking to cash flow. So we need to work on this interest rate and this down payment, and we can make it happen. As opposed to reaching out to people who may or may not have seller financing or any of those other keywords in their listing. But if you can educate them on the situation, then you're not having to deal with their already determined terms that they want in their head. You can then anchor them to the terms that you need in order to get the deal done, but still getting their seller what they need. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
So you got to be careful when you're looking for a keyword search when it comes to searching for these properties, because anyone who's already on board with creative financing, they're going to have a really high down payment and a really high interest rate because they think you're going to live in it. They don't think that you're going to be putting a tenant in there so you can cash flow.
Okay, so you think that's not the best way to go about it, just to
Not
go.
not necessarily not the best way to go about it. I think that's a little extreme. I just think that you need to understand what kind of hurdles you're going to come up with if you're going to go that route. Because while I can tell people, hey, if you send out 100 offers in a week, you'll get 5 to 6 positive responses, which will turn into 2 to 3 contracts. That's not accurate doing it your way. So I don't want you to think you're doing something wrong because it's not working under those same parameters because you've shifted one of the parameters. I'm talking about dealing with people that you would be in charge of educating about creative financing and how the type of deal would work versus someone who already understands it and they've already made a determination of who's going to buy it and they've set terms based off that determination, which don't work for us.
Okay, so it's just more of like just telling them that, um, just telling them that, oh, I'm not gonna be living in it. The interest rate and the down payment is a little too high. Let's negotiate, and because I'm trying to get an investor into here and a tenant in here. Correct.
Yeah, I mean, if you go into the Discord, you'll see in the cheat sheet channel, there's a why 0% is the question. Like, why are you offering 0%? If you look in the cheat sheet and search that, the answer that I have put there for you not only explains that you're a wholesaler, but explains verbatim and in a pretty smooth way what you're trying to accomplish, which is putting a cash flowing investor in the deal. And then, therefore, explaining why the terms that they may or may not think that they should get aren't going to work.
Okay. Mm.
Does that answer your question?
Yeah, that answered my question.
Cool deal. Are there any other questions I can answer for you?
Mm, Nothing really. I think I just got most of it down.
The bottom line is if you want to go the route that you're going, which is using the keywords on Redfin or Zillow, you can do that, but just know that's going to really change the predictable outcome. versus if you just go online and just start sending out 20 offers a day without any keyword searches, then it's up to you to educate the real estate agent or the seller about the type of deal that you're proposing. And then there you can negotiate terms to where it works for our investors or your investors, but it also works for the seller. You get that under contract. Now you've got an equitable deal that you can sell that investors would actually want to buy.
Okay. Um, well, okay, now I have another question. Well, when you're emailing or like contacting them via phone number, because sometimes I can only get a phone number rather than an email,
Mm-hmm.
I would send an offer just from exactly from Deal Sniper. Would that be like very like a little unprofessional?
Like via text?
Yeah, like a via the
Yeah,
text.
I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that at all. That makes you look hella unprofessional. I would say worst case scenario, if you don't want to call them on the phone, which you should, but if you don't want to call them on the phone, you can text them. You can say, "Hey, Mr. and Mrs. Real Estate Agent, I've got an offer for 123 Main Street. I'm trying to send you, but I don't see your email address on the listing. Can you text that to me?" That's fair. But again, in my opinion, you should get on the phone and talk to them and say, "Hey, I'm trying to send you an offer on this property. What's your email address, dude? Let me get this over to you like ASAP so we can talk about it. I'm excited." Something like that. So you can introduce yourself. They can put a voice to the name, to the offer. It helps you to build rapport. It helps them to open up and maybe listen and consider your offer.
Okay.
That's just what most of the people who are having success, that's what they're doing.
Okay. Okay. Great. Okay. That's okay. Okay. I have a okay. I have a game plan of where I want to go now, in a sense now.
Hell
Um.
yeah, dude. Well, I'll
Yeah.
tell you what, you let me know if you need anything else. You hit me up. Otherwise, you can get a recording of this video. I'll tag you when it's posted.
Okay. All right. Thank you,
Cool.
bro.
Not a problem, man. Have a good rest of your day. I'll talk to you later.
You too. Bye.
See ya.